only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this amazing platform where we disseminate information that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this platform. This is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform that stands for the United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today, under the leadership of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, COS interim. I welcome all of you to this very platform. Happy New Year to everyone that is watching, wherever you are watching from. We are in a new year. And as we enter the new year, many people are asking questions and they say, what next? Where is the way to go? The way to go is simple. We are pursuing the recognition of the United States of Biafra and the restoration of Biafra fully on the ground. That is the phase where we are today. Every one of us must continue to give our contribution the best way we can. And remember, I urge you to like and share. Share to your neighbors, share to your family, share to everyone to key in and join us on this gospel. Do not be distracted. Regardless what you hear, regardless what you see, regardless the propaganda and blackmail that is flying from right, left, and center, do not get distracted. Be focused, because Biafra have been declared on the 29th of November 2024, and there is no going back. We are pursuing the recognition of Biafra.
Ohanes Ndibo is saying that every weekend now, would be having prayer. In fact, we shall consecrate the last weekends of each month. So every last weekend of the month now will be for prayer, supplication, and ordinances. To put forth.
Should focus on is not about prayer. The Igbos have prayed enough. The entire country has prayed enough. He should focus on saying, I would stop the sit-at-home menace in the southeast. Yes, that is the first thing any sensible and reasonable leader of the Igbo race should be worried about. It's not about declaring prayer and all of that and fasting, no. If you stop the sit, then we'll know that we're making progress. Because the sit at home that is being declared in Southeast is killing the Igbo people. It's killing them gradually. It's killing their economic livelihood. So for me, I would say that let him forget all these prayer and supplications.
But prayer is the key.
Let him forget the prayer and supplications and face the reality. What is playing out in Southeast is not something prayer will resolve right now. It's what political will, the will of those in government and the will of those who are leading the people.
Are you saying
we need to end this menace, this madness in the Southeast called sit at home? We need to end it. We need to know who these so-called unknown gunmen that are causing havoc, killings, and kidnapping in the Southeast. We need to restore the peace, not the peace of the grave, so to say, but we need to restore proper peace in the southeast. When these steps are taken, you can be rest assured that then we can be talking about Nnamdi Kanu. For me, I believe that this government should use the carrot and stick approach in dealing with the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. I believe that it is high time that this government should listen to voice of wisdom and reasoning, and to say, if this government is ready to end the insecurity in the southeast, why don't they take a bait by releasing Nnamdi? And then let us see what happens. Because since those who are declaring sit at home, since those who are imposing sit at home say that they are doing it because of Nnamdi Kanu, why don't they set Nnamdi Kanu free? And then we know whether truly it is because of Nnamdi Kanu, or is it that some charlatans and some rogues are taking advantage of the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is incarcerated to cause mayhem in the southeast.
Okay, so but I was going to ask
talking about Nnamdi Kanu insisting that he does not want Njoku. Is it not?
Yeah, justice.
Yes. There are three issues that will make somebody say, I don't want a particular judge. And one of them is bias or prejudice. And as it is right now, I believe that Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyers have come to that conclusion that the judge is biased. And that there is nothing the judge will do that would grant them peace and grant them justice. So I think that is one of the reasons why he's resisting and says, look, I don't want this woman. This woman is already biased. Her previous judgments, her previous ways of handling this case has shown that she is biased. And as a judge, she's not meant to be biased. So that is very, very important for us to know. The judge is biased. He also feels that there's a conflict of interest. It's either he feels that the judge is taking instruction from somebody else other than herself. These are grounds for which a judge or somebody on trial can ask a judge to leave or withdraw from the case. And then thirdly, he is looking at the father. Is this judge partial or impartial? They believe that the judge is impartial. And they believe that they can never get what they want from her. And I remember, I think it's in last year or so, the judge actually, reclused herself from the case.
Yeah.
So why is it that the government and their
of Hannes and Debo has been thrown into uncertainty following an order of Hannes and Debo has been thrown into uncertainty following an order by an Enugu High Court directing all parties involved to maintain the status quo until a ruling is made. Now, the Pan Igbo Sociocultural Organization had scheduled fresh elections for its executive positions, with River State proposed to produce the next President General. In fact, there was even a case of Mike Okiro,
I think that's the one that's been trending, where the court has said
exactly
that they cannot.
That is why this is factional. So I was trying to.
No, the court has come to rule that not.
That is why this is factional. So I was trying to.
No, the court has come to rule that he cannot contest.
Okay. Why?
I don't know, but I know that there's a court order stopping him from contesting.
Okay. So
and then there's an argument whether he's from Rivers or not. Some people feel
confirmed that Nigeria's telecommunications tariff will soon increase. That is, all your network providers, all of them, the yellow, the red, the two greens, say all of them, they go soon increase the amount so you buy recharge cards and your data. This is simplifying it. He, however, assured Nigerians that it will not be the 100% that telecom operators are pushing for at the moment. You recall that the MTN CEO was saying that it should be increased to 100% because it's been very difficult for them to work or operate. Right? Okay. So Tijani disclosed this at the end of stakeholders meeting with mobile network operators, MNOs, today, Wednesday in Abuja. He said that very soon the Nigerian Communications Commission insists to approve the new tariffs and make it public to Nigerians. So if you wake up tomorrow now, realize, say, credit where you dey buy 100 naira before don't become 1,000. Sorry, don't become 150 or 180,000 because Organo give us specific increment rate or percentage. Just make you know, say this news on the out there. But then he says that, but it will, okay, yeah. So he says we want, he said it will not be up to 100% at the NCC, but it will, but we are all looking at that, at that study, and NCC will come up with a clear directive on how we will go about it. We want to strike the balance as a government to protect our people, but also protect and ensure that these companies can continue to invest significantly. You recall that the telecommunications industry makes for a great percentage of the nation's GDP currently. We need to ensure, a good percentage, yeah? So we need to ensure that as a sector, he said, we get our acts together and ensure that from the regulation side, we put the right regulations in place that can ensure the growth of this sector. The minister also noted that the federal government would no longer leave investment in infrastructure in the sector of private companies alone. As a country, he says, over time, we have left this investment in the hands of private sector. They typically invest where they can see returns in the short to medium term. If now you, where you go invest? That's what some people would ask. We will not want this conversation to just be about tariff increase. I think what the world is talking about today is meaningful connectivity. You want to have access to very good quality service. And that just brings me to a lot of questions. But I hope I can ask Mr. Tijani that question. As part of it, that the consumers may not be aware of is the investment that needs to go into the infrastructure that is used to deliver these services.
That this government would do every and other thing to tax the Nigerian people.
So you think that this tariff increment is also taxing?
What is it? Have we not suffered enough?
But these are private businesses. And
when you say private business, regulated by who? Yes. The government knows what to do to ensure that these people do not pass the burden on the Nigerian people. You still increase your rate. Meanwhile, you cannot make call the way you want. You cannot even use the data. Nigeria is the only country where there is no pay-per-view. Whether NEPA gives you light or not, you will pay and DSTV will collect their money. And government is doing nothing about it. Percent. Because in Nigeria, operators know how to do things underground. Because nobody will question them. Is it not too early in the year for a minister, knowing what Nigerians are presently going through, knowing what Nigerians are facing right now, is it not too early to begin to talk about increment on phone calls and data? So where is the relief for Nigerians? What is the plan of this government for the ordinary Nigerians? We're still on 70,000 naira minimum wage. Don't forget.
Is it about minimum wage? How many people are captured in the national minimum wage?
That's what. No, we're still on it. Whether many people are captured or not, but a lot of organizations, private and government, everybody's now relying on minimum wage. Everybody is looking at it. The cost of living in this country has not reduced, but people are being taxed and taxed on a daily basis. Do you know how much the banks take from every transaction you make? So why won't the banks be declaring humongous interest? Because there is no proper regulation.